Oh, technical fucking difficulties.
Oh, Jimmy! Maha!
Jimmy Rimby having an interview, stop in the middle of it. But the good thing is that it allows us to do a fucking nothing sacred show. I am Cruise Control.
And I am Maxwell Silverhammer.
And it is the fucking 10th of June, 2017. And yeah, we were in the middle of an interview with the dude, and we're going to promote this now. Dude is fucking cool as shit. His name's Jigaboo Jones. Yes, you heard that right, Jigaboo Jones. He's got a YouTube. So that's, I guess, what our link of the week will be, is check out his shit. He's got something called Jackin' 101, but he also talks about, just rants about current events and shit like that. So
social issues.
Exactly, yeah. So it's a lot of fun, but he's done some crazy shit. So we had part of it done, and then we lost connection, and then we couldn't get back in, and he had to catch a flight and do some shit. So we were all tripping out for a second. I was going, oh my God, at least I was. And then I was like, wait a second. Dude, it's recorded. All you get to do is just call him. We'll just schedule the rest of it later on, and we'll get him back on. So that's what's going to happen. So you'll get that soon, hopefully. If not, fuck it.
That's the cool shit about live radio. I mean, about not doing live radio, man, because, fuck, with live radio, you had to, like, improvise if somebody didn't hung up or you lost them or, answer, crazy shit.
Oh, yeah.
Where now it's like you still, and I still got to condition my brain, dude, because I was stressing like you were. I was like, oh fuck, dude, this was a cool interview and we lost it.
Yeah, and there's no reason. He's totally cool. He's like, yeah, it's fine. He goes, okay, that works. I'm like, cool. I'm like, because I figured it made more sense. But anyway, we won't go into that too much. We got a little show. Max has some shit to talk about. First of all, Max, though, we need an update on your Nutri-Life system. Fucking
okay. Well, dude, I am down to 209.
Wow.
So, and at first I was going to stop the diet at 210. Remember, that was my goal weight and, whatever.
Yeah.
And I still have some food left, so I figured I'd just finish that up and then we'd be done. But then everybody, my parents both were saying, well, why stop? And, why not try to lose a little more? And is the diet a hardship for you? And I'm like, well, no, I like the food and everything. And they're like, then just keep at it, and until you're not going to waste away. See, that's the thing too. I was like afraid, like, oh God, that I'd start, how some people start losing weight real bad and they're like, damn, they don't look so good.
No, that's kind of like retarded, like a 5-year-old thought, like, I'm going to diet myself to death because I'm going to anorexify. Come on, man.
But see, that's always been my,
is that why you used to stuff your face until you couldn't fucking stand it? Think about it. I want to ask you a question right now, just point blank. Let's say, I don't know if you've probably already eaten, but let's just say this, dude. Let's say this. You're thinking about this during the day, and you're like, oh, triple fucking Baconator, large fries, large Frosty. How does that sound to you now?
Dude, it actually kind of sounds gross. I mean, a Baconator sounds great, but it's like, I don't know. I'll tell you, though, man, I did go about a week ago to Linda Michoacan, the Mexican restaurant that I love.
And you got your tongue.
I was bad for one night. It's kind of good to have a cheat night.
Of course. Just but you were bad and you had your tongue, right?
I did. I ate chips and bean dip and salsa and my tongue.
Was it a lot more than you normally eat for at a time?
Well, you know what? I'll tell you. After I ate that shit, dude, I remember going home and I was like, God, I feel lethargic and just like unmotivated and kind of sick. You know what I'm saying? So I got on the treadmill. That I did. I was like, fuck this. I got to get on the goddamn treadmill.
Oh, you got your habits going. See, that's where I need to get to, man.
Yeah, because now, dude, it used to be a chore to get on that treadmill. Remember, I was like, I don't want to do it today, man. I'm too tired.
Well, yeah,
or whatever.
That's because you ate fucking Baconators like 2 times a day. Like you eat a Baconator lunch and a Baconator dinner. Twice in a day you'd eat that shit. Think about it. You used to eat what you ate at Lindo Michoacan twice in a day.
Yep, you're right. I'd have 2 big meals. Instead of eating breakfast, I'd eat 2 big meals and then maybe a snack later, like.
Yeah, and if you think about it, how much does it cost per day to eat it like that you used to eat? You used to buy. You never when you buy the meals, those combo meals. It wasn't like the small combo for $4. It was $12 a meal. So if you think about how much money you're spending on this, oh my God, you're really not spending. Like, how much does it cost? I'm actually curious because I might actually grabbing?
This diet, it's $400.
Okay.
For like a month's worth of meals and snacks.
Okay.
And you can go through and pick what you want, and of course, I picked stuff that didn't have cheese.
Okay. So you can pick whatever the fuck you want. Because see, I would never get tuna. See, I'd be worried about getting some fucking tuna and be like,
no. I was able to go through and to pick out, that has cheese in it. Nope.
Yeah, because you mentioned that to me. You mentioned basically like you had, I heard some tuna. I'm like, oh man, I don't want to do that shit. They're gonna send me fucking tuna.
Oh no. You can pick that
because I've got more disposable income now. So $400. If you really think about that, dude, it is more than $10 a day. But on average, you probably spent that on food per day.
Well, and you know what, too? Like, my usual grocery bill would be about $120, usually.
Yeah, so you got $120 for the grocery store, which you didn't eat that much, because every day you go to lunch, probably, most of the time. Or, you get your frozen food, I guess, at lunch, but a lot of times...
Well, with Kraken, too, we'd go to lunch, a lot of times, or we're out at events or
and that's going to be
$12,
because that triple Baconator is 3 patties. That's like probably and then you got the large fry in the fucking, combo. Or whatever you eat somewhere like let's say, let's go to Cane's. Cane's, what their combo is, what, $7-8?
Yeah, about $9.
$9 there. So that's $9 for one meal. That's about how much, it's $400 for a month. Well, I'd say it's more than a month. Is it? So did you do month and a half? Probably, right?
Actually, it's supposed to be a month, but I've actually stretched it. Like, I've still got food in there from the last order. Mm-hmm. And I could probably last another week and a half with that, with what I have in there now.
Wow, so you're gonna eat that first before you eat your other stuff. Probably get that out of the way.
Well, actually, my mom's gonna bring over, because I have all the shit delivered to her house, she'll bring it over, and then we just organize it, and we put the breakfast with the breakfasts and the dinners with the dinners, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, but I mean, what you probably want to do is all the stuff you haven't eaten yet. So you've done this for 2 months then, so 2 months worth of it, right?
Pretty much, yeah. Probably hold me up till at least end of July, I'm thinking.
Wow, see, so if you just space it, you can even make it last more. And then sometimes, of course, you're going to have your meals and have your fun. I'm actually considering it, man, because I think it'd be nice to have a nice, and also just nice meals and that something like that. So I guess
now what I would suggest is couple that with working out, like doing the treadmill. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Not just I'm eating better now.
Well,
so
I would advise a diet.
I'm a health consultant.
It's not Deputy Silverhand, it's dietitian Silverhammer.
Oh boy, that's a real
stretch, dude. No, but it's all good, man. So that's a great update, man. So you're rocking your 209, and you just keep going. So you just decided, fuck it, I'll just keep going. Why not? And
yeah. And now I do eventually, because obviously you're gonna have to stop eating the diet sometime. So I do want to eventually learn how to get food that's healthier for me, so I don't put those pounds back on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I'm going to go with somebody, probably Mac Metro or my mom or someone, and, go shopping and get some healthy shit.
But health foods are great, like healthy.
And it doesn't even have to be health food, but, look at what Mac Metro eats.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, another thing also is that you might want to start getting into, have you started eating more fruit and vegetables? Like, do you eat a lot more of that now?
Well, more salads. Like, when I go out, I usually have salads, like,
Caesar
last
salad?
night. So, yeah, I went to a bar. I actually went to Oasis last night, and they got this Chinese chicken salad, so I had that as my meal. And that's actually very filling, dude.
Oh, yeah. Because certain salads, like, I'm a big Caesar fan. See, I can munch on a Caesar salad, or a bacon something salad. But anyways, let's get off the happy-go-lucky shit.
All right, dude.
So Max has something he says is going to fire me up.
Okay, this will get you going, dude. So the other night...
Okay, it's going to get me going. All right,
I'm at an event, and, it's that event where, we do it every month, and the guy gets on the microphone before they open the doors, and, how's everyone doing? And, don't pack up before 8:45, just a little housekeeping. So he's doing his whole spiel. And while that's going on, dude, my phone starts ringing. And it's a number, I can't hear it because it's in my pocket, and the guy's on the microphone, so I'm like, who was that? So, I'm just like, okay, whatever. They can leave a message, or, Well, then they call back, like a second later. So they called me like 3 times, dude, within like 2 or 3 minutes. And I'm going, who the fuck is this? So finally, they do leave a voicemail. It plays that voicemail music that I get.
Yeah.
And so when he was done with his whole spiel and they opened the doors and everything, I checked my phone, and it's a message from the sleep center, where I go to do my sleep study. And they said, and I'm going to say the doctor's name. Fuck it, dude, because this to me was shady. And they said, yeah, hi, Mr. Silverhammer. The Dr. Prabhu would like you to come in to discuss your medications. And I'm going, wait, I don't take medications. What the fuck is he talking about? So I thought, well, maybe there's a mistake. Maybe there's somebody with the same last name. What the fuck? So I call back. This woman answers, and I said, hey, you guys called me like 3 times here a few minutes ago, and you said something about Dr. Prabhu wanted to talk to me about my medications. And she looks at my record, and she goes, well, there's no note here as to why we would have called you. And I'm like, well, you guys definitely called me and said that Dr. Prabhu wanted to check with me about my medications. So she goes, well, let me see why he would have wanted us to call. So she puts me on hold, comes back and says, well, sir, the reason Dr. Prabhu wants you to come in, he wants to discuss some medication for you for your sleep deprivation. Now, I never mentioned anything about sleep deprivation. It was strictly, sleep apnea. That's what I had, you know what I'm saying? And it was all about the sleep apnea. And the last transmission I had with this doctor was a few weeks ago when I went in, and he said, once you get below 210, I want you to call me, and we'll set up a sleep study so you can get that done, and we can see if you still have sleep apnea. So that was the last thing I heard from him. So then I'm going, wait a minute, sleep deprivation? I don't have sleep deprivation. We never talked about that. And she goes, oh, okay. And so then I told her what I just told you about how I'm going to set up a sleep study, and that was the last thing I talked to the doctor about. So then she says, oh, okay, well, yeah, he wanted us to call you because there's a new medication out for people that are blind and low vision that have sleep deprivation. Oh,
I've seen that, yes. I've seen that.
Not 24 bullshit?
Yes.
So here it was, this son of a bitch, and the bad thing is, dude, it's not like he's just some fly-by-night doctor guy. He knows my parents. He knows, what I'm saying, every time I'm in there, he's always talking about how great my mom is and how awesome my dad is and all this other shit. And then he tries to peddle his fucking medications on me now. Like, he probably went to a pharmaceutical lunch or breakfast or whatever, and they said, hey, fuckers, if you subscribe, this will give you a percentage each time. And so then he figured, oh, let's call the blindo patient. He might be calling all his low vision and blind patients. I'm sure he's got several,
What is low vision and blind patients? So this medication is actually, so my lack of sleep and insomnia?
It's supposed to help you with your what's called non-24.
Could be due to my low vision? Mean it's not due to the fact that I stay up till 2:30? I've been staying up till 4 and 5 in the morning since I was like 8.
Right. Well, that's it. That's this whole new thing now. They're trying for the blind people, and probably I think they're trying to aim at vets too, dude. Like all the people, all the veterans.
Yeah, low vision and blind. I thought it was only blind because I don't understand how low vision could have it. Because isn't it a circadian rhythm issue because you can't see light?
Yep, yeah, which is bullshit too. I mean, it's all a bullshit disease, dude. It's not real. It's just, it throws off your if it's day or night. Your body knows if it's day or night.
Well, not only that, but if it was something that was like a blind thing, like if it was a circadian, why wouldn't it happen to all completely blind people?
Well, that's it.
I mean, because you think it's not like it's like, well, it's sometimes. So maybe it's not that. Because if it were, then it would happen to all blind people. All blind people have trouble sleeping because their circadian rhythm, their eyes don't adjust to that. It's like, well, no, it doesn't happen that way. So why would it happen? The cause and effect seem kind of crazy. Like, well, this is the reason why. And it's like, I don't see.
And they haven't done much. I don't, because it's so new. I don't think they've researched it much. I think they just saw a way to make money, and they're like, oh, I know, blind people sleep. I mean, okay, I know a lot of blind people that do have, sleeping insomnia issues, shit like that. Yes, I
know a lot of sighted people that have sleeping insomnia issues. I know a lot of sighted people that don't. I know a couple blind people that don't have sleep issues. Like, who doesn't have, I don't. Who do you, like? Did Sluggo have sleep issues?
Not that I know of. Fuck no, no shit. You remember he could fall asleep in a
saying.
goddamn.
Do you? That's two blind people that I know who did not have that. Does his wife have sleeping issues or a girlfriend?
Who's that?
His Sluggo's girl.
Oh, you mean security camera? Not that I know of. No.
And when I was a kid, I mean, obviously there were some blind people that did, but at camp, did people were
shit.
Fucking
Motherfuckers were sleeping, from what I remember. Remember, it'd be a whole cabin full of people snoring.
Yeah. So if that was the case, it was some like widespread thing. Then you'd think that the blind camp would be like, "Oh fuck, it's time to get these fuckers to sleep." God damn it. No,
right, and nobody would go to sleep.
No,
you know?
Everybody went to sleep. Now we all, of course, would stay up and giggle, but after they said quiet down enough, and after they came into sleep, like when they came into sleep at midnight,
we were out.
If we were
knocked out,
if we would either be knocked out or like, all right, time to go to bed, boom, out.
Yep, exactly. So, well, that to me, that's the equivalent of if I were gay. And it was known that I was gay, and the doctor's calling me, telling me that there's a medication for AIDS or HIV. Like, well, just because you're gay doesn't mean you have AIDS.
Not only that, well, there's two things that could have happened with this, man, in my opinion. All right. Okay. First one is the whole, hey, there's a way to get some extra cash in my.
That's what I think.
Well, the first thing is that he's actually calling you about medication and saying that, like, well, this is what I want you to take. Like, as if you're going to go, okay, doctor, I'm going to take your medication because you tell me to. Because I don't have sleeping problems, but, hey.
You don't, I'll take it. Yep.
Yeah, so, and that's one way of looking at it. Then the other way, which is just as bad, is, I got a family friend. Good friend. I know these parents of this blind guy. Wow. I'm going to go ahead and see if he can... He has something going on with his sleep. Apnea? Yeah, that's not sleep deprivation, because obviously if you can get to sleep, you wouldn't have the apnea.
Yeah.
Because that's what it happens while you're sleeping.
Right.
So... Yeah, it's not really good either way. It's kind of shitty either way.
My mom actually thought it was the second one, because I did tell her about that. I'm like, man, I'm telling my parents about this bullshit, because that to me was kind of shady. And when I told her, she's like, well, maybe he thinks he's trying to help or something. And I'm like, just like, thanks, but I didn't ask you for it, kind of thing.
Like help, but yeah, why would he even ask you if you didn't? You never even said I have insomnia. I have trouble sleeping. No. Oh God!
It's never come up in my examinations or anything. That I had a problem sleeping.
So I think it's the second thing too. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt here, but it's also could be a combination of both. Like, hey,
it could be just a win-win type thing.
Hey,
like,
I'll get my little thing of my fucking prescription. No one even knows what this shit does either. This fucking.
Well, and when she said the name of the medication, dude, it sounded scary. It sounded like Tekla something, what?
Yeah, they have a commercial for it. Hi, my name is Laura. I'm blind. I have trouble sleeping. But then I found, because I've had something called non-24.
Yeah, the one I heard was an old black dude. And I'm blind, and I have been this way my whole life. And I have a disease called non-24 where I don't sleep. And I'm just like, oh, God. And I guess there's other commercials, like TV commercials, people have told me.
Yeah.
Like showing people walking with canes and all kinds of other crazy shit.
Yeah, non-24. So that's a new disease that just happened. And like I said, if it was a lifelong thing, we would have experienced a shit ton more of that at camp as even a camper or a counselor.
Yeah. Yeah, there were blind counselors too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, but blind. I mean, I'm saying that as a camper or a counselor, we would have both seen it from our campers. And from other campers, like I can't sleep. Sometimes you have that because they're homesick, and that happens, But usually it's not. I'm a blind. I don't know what my body doesn't know what time of day it is, or some stupid shit like.
Shit, I remember those kids were knocked the fuck out, dude. When I was a camp counselor, a lot of times I'd be the one that was having trouble sleeping.
Yeah, because the thing about insomnia like that is even if you're fucking tired as shit, you don't go to sleep. That's the whole point of it.
Yeah.
It's not like, well, when I'm not tired, I don't sleep. All right. Well, when you're tired, I fall right asleep. Okay, then you're fucking fine. Yeah. But I'm not tired all the time. Well, maybe you're just energetic. I'm fucking no.
Well, that's everybody's looking for. Well, and a friend of mine that too, good old Ray.
Mm-hmm.
Remember Ray? his sister actually was going to be working at one of these companies that sells this fucking snake oil shit. And, dude, he called me up. He's like, hey, my sister's going to be working for this company, and she wants to ask you some questions. And I'm like, so him being a friend, I let him do it. You know, and I talked to her, and she's like, well, do you ever have trouble sleeping? And I'm like, well, yeah, but so do a lot of people, you know? And so when she got hired, dude, I guess she was really grateful that I helped her and all. And so Ray was like, hey, man, she said if you want, she can get you some of the medication they sell. I'm like, no. Fuck
yeah,
off.
let's get on a medication that you don't know if it actually works or not. You don't know if it's actually what you have or not. How do you tell the difference between normal insomnia and non-24? How do you tell the difference?
Well, that's it.
Is it because you're blind and have insomnia? Is that why you? Is it just because? Is it like a blindism thing? Like I am blind and have insomnia. Oh, you got non-24. What? Do you have insomnia? Yeah. Is it not? No, because I'm not blind. But how do you know if that's?
Maybe it's non-24.
Maybe I just have insomnia. Maybe I just fucking lay down and then start thinking about shit all the time. That's what happens to me. I mean, I lay down.
Well, me too. Or either that, or just, you know, for whatever reason, I just can't get comfortable. I'm too hot. I'm too cold. I'm too, you know, the bed's not too hard, or the pillow's not in the right place. When you're tired,
you're like, oh, I'm going to sleep. You'll just knock out sometimes right away. Like, bam, out, right?
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Well, most of the time, especially now, dude, now that I'm using that CPAP machine, Jesus Christ, you know, I'm out. I'm like, nighthead, you know? So, yeah, I don't have any, I mean, like I said, and, okay, think about most blind people. All right, you know the statistic of how many, what percentage of blind people are unemployed.
Yeah.
Most of them are unfucking-employed and have fucked up sleep schedules as it is.
Yeah, because they're up in the fucking, spending it like 3 in the morning watching fucking, you know, watching and listening to fucking shit, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Like I used to do. Remember when we were roommates, man?
Yeah.
I'd be up way late listening to music or watching TV or listening to books or, you know. So it had nothing to do with non-24. It was my lifestyle.
Yep. But no, it can't be your lifestyle. It's got to be something else, because to say it's your lifestyle might mean that you have to, once again, take responsibility.
No!
Sorry, Max. You got to take responsibility for yourself.
Oh, sleepy. Man, that's like this other bullshit. I had another paratransit ass fuckery again, dude.
Okay, good transition. Paratransition?
Transition, exactly. Well, I get a text, you know, my bride was supposed to be there at 5, but I get a text about 5:12 telling me that my ride's going to be late. You know, kind of the same shit that's happened to me before, saying that my ride won't be there till 5:35. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, I got some time then, because it's fucking hot, and I'm not going to stand out there if my bride's going to be late. So I'm just chilling up in my office, and finally 5:35 comes and goes, and no bus. And so finally I call, I call them and say, well, what's going on here? Where's my ride? And they go, well, your ride was there at 5:12, and they left at 5:17. And I'm going, well, that's funny, because it's right about the time I got the text saying that they were going to be late. And they said, no, they were there. And I'm like, oh, okay. And they almost had the attitude like, well, you know, it's your responsibility to be out there for your bus. And it's like, well, no, motherfucker, when you tell me some shit that's off, you know, and then you don't take responsibility for it, you know, it's just like people don't, that it's like, okay, one thing, and I was talking to drivers about that too, about their dispatch. And he's like, man, you know, fuck, if you fuck up, you fuck up. It happens, you know. But at least admit you did it, you know? And, I was talking about this driver about that last night, actually, because he said that, he showed up to a place, and, you know, the person was like, oh, they canceled. And he's like, they both were showing different kind of cancels. Like one was cancel at the door, and then one was just late cancel or something. And he was like, wait, they're going to the same group home. They work in the same place. How is this? And the dispatcher was like, well, and basically made some kind of comment about, aren't you going to help cover me or something like that? And the driver's like, hell no, I'm not lying for you. You know? So, yeah, dude, it's just those fuckers, they won't take responsibility for their shit. You know, but yet they want to tell you you're irresponsible all the time.
They have the right to, because, well, you need to, this is your privilege.
Hey, you know what? Nobody told you to go out and get yourself disabled now, did they?
Gosh,
this
is a service. Now. This is a service we're giving you. Giving it to you for free. Well, not for free. Well, never mind. Let's just. But still, you should be grateful. You
It's a
ungrateful
chariot.
cocksucker. You know, be grateful, goddammit, for having the privilege to be able to ride and be mobile. You could be sitting in your house having trouble sleeping. Stupid fuck.
Having your non-24 sandwich, you know what I'm saying?
Did you whine and just send a hardcore text to the big man and go, Stingy?
Oh, I did.
Of course you did, because you're fucking annoying as shit, and I would, oh god, that would annoy the shit. If I were him, I'd be like, oh fuck.
Hey, you know what though? He opened the door, man. You know.
No, yeah, he opened the door, but just because someone bends over doesn't mean you fuck him in the ass, dude.
Well, you know,
you bend over to pick up. They fucked up, but you're Sandy, and then we want you to do something. So how much credit did he give you this time? Would you get a cab? Did you get a fucking blowjob? Did he bend over, spread his butt cheeks, and allow you to sniff his latest dookie?
Well, this is interesting because. You know, I texted him, he called me, he's like, what happened? And I'm like, oh, you know, here's the story. So I told him, and he looked into it, and he was like, well, he called me back, and he was like, here's the thing, man. He was like, your bus was there. And I was like, yeah, but I got the texts were off. And he was like, yeah. He's like, I know, it was a fuck up. He's like, but I can't just reimburse you anymore like that. He was like, we don't have petty cash like that anymore. So I'm like, okay, and so
I can't get money for no one else can get.
Well, wait a minute now. I mean, it's like if you're, you know, obviously if you're paying for some shit and the bus doesn't show up, what do? What's your recourse?
99% of people don't do anything because they can't do anything.
Well, that's it. Either there's like were you talking about like seniors? So they stay asked out and
they're asked out, man. They don't get reimbursed. Who else gets reimbursed?
Well, I've been, yeah. I'll let people know. You know, write your county commissioner. That's what hooked me up with Sandy originally. You know, it was that kind of shit. Because I mean, come on, dude. You know, everybody should have the you know the privilege of transportation, right?
No, fuck no. If you can't afford it, you shouldn't have it. Why should you?
Well, okay, but even walking, you're still mobile.
Yeah,
you know,
that's free. That's free, exactly. So I guess my point is that there's no more getting shit that no one else would get. So I guess the party's over in that way. They probably had he probably was like, well, I can't do it because he's probably reimbursed you. I'd say several $100 at least.
But that shit. The thing is, dude, it wasn't like a ploy to get money or a way for me to get paid. It was like, motherfuckers, change your shit so you don't have to keep doing this.
I understand, but no one else can do that, and it might be more than just your, you know, your connections and stuff like that could have had something to do with it. I'm just saying that Grandma Moses, who has the same thing happen, cannot just call her shit and get reimbursed, like boom.
And it should happen, and Grandma Moses should get that, I think. You know what I'm saying?
Not necessarily. I mean, obviously, like, to be reimbursed that much, I mean, think about all the fucked up rides they have. It's thousands of people on that. I mean, there's got to be a point where it's like you give some kind of courtesy. Maybe what they should do is they should give you credit on future rides.
Well, and that was
not reimbursing you for shit, but giving you credit for a certain ride. Okay, that was a scribble on our part. You got 10 free rides added to your account. Don't just
see, and that was my original. That's what I wanted originally. You know, just the difference of what I had paid for the cab, knock it off my monthly pass. You know, but they said, oh well, we can't do that. We're going to have to reimburse you. So that's why I'm like, oh fuck, okay.
Well, it's a pain in the ass actually to do that. So I don't understand what. See, that's how fucked up that system is, dude. That place is. They can't just add free rides to your account. For some reason, they can't do that. What kind of customer services? What kind of organization is that offers rides and on a normal basis? And I'm not dicking on you for this. I'm just saying that party's probably over, and it's probably a good thing because Sandy's like, oh god, thank God, I don't have to worry about that shit anymore. You know.
Although he did invite me to an event next week. This is kind of funny. There's actually a driver I kind of dig a little bit, and so I said, hey man, do you think you can have her come to? And he's like, I'm gonna invite her, man. Because like, if I can't reimburse you, I'll just invite her, man. I'll hook you up that way. I was like, okay, fuck it.
Oh Jesus, Jesus! You're gonna have her come, and is he gonna tell? Do you think
I don't know
she's
what he's
digging
gonna
you?
say. I just, hey, I just want to see her.
Do you think he's
You
gonna?
know?
Do you think she's digging you?
I don't know. I mean, I've only had her like twice, dude.
You've only had her twice. You've had her. She's ridden you. She's driven
had her. I've ridden
she's
her.
Driving. She's driving you into love. She's riding you. She's leading you in her.
And actually, after I had her, I texted. He was the guy I texted. I said, "Hey, man, who was the driver that picked?" It was funny too because he thought he didn't read the whole text message, and I wanted to let him know, "Hey, man, it's nothing bad. I just wanted
he
to
thought
ask."
it was something you were saying because that's all you fucking do is text him when something's bad. So that's what he thought was going. Yeah,
exactly. And I said, "Hey, man, it's nothing bad, but I just want to know who's the driver I had today. She was really cool, man." And he texts back, "What happened?" And I said, "No, nothing, man, nothing bad." I said, "As a matter of fact, it was all good. I want to give her a cool recommendation, man. What's her name?" And then he texted her name back, and I was like, "Oh, okay, man, that's cool." And so that was the story there,
dude. Damn. Okay, so there's a new saga going on, a new fucking bloodhound trail.
Hey, maybe we'll see. Maybe. But let's see what other wild shit's been going down.
Not much, man. I mean, my new shit is running smooth, man. It's just so funny how the unknown is so scary, and then like 5 seconds after knowing the unknown, it's like, oh yeah, because I had to take some calls this week for my new thing.
Oh, you hadn't done that yet?
No, I had because I had been training. So you train first, and then you take calls after you learn the basics. So, and this week was just basic calls. It was not real hard at all. But before I'm like, oh god, googly boogly, and I was the only thing that sucked was Tuesday. I had the shits Tuesday, man.
Really? From drinking or just?
Well, the whole weekend. Not from the night before. I did have a couple beers before the improv the night before, but the whole weekend I kind of did hardcore, have some fun. So I think it just caught up with me that morning, and I think I ate some like leftover fucking pasta that might not have been that great or whatever. But I woke up next morning and I was on the phone for the first couple of hours, and Tuesday was awful because I was cramping up while I was on the phone.
Oh,
and
God!
It was the first day I was taking calls, so I was nervous as shit. And I'm going, I knew that like was like, oh god, and I was like, so I'm like, I had
all kinds of shit.
I had to leave, but this job actually treats people with somewhat respect, so you're a respectable slave in this corporate atmosphere. So I was like, I gotta go. And
so you're the house niggas.
Yeah,
of the company.
Exactly. So exactly, house niggas. So anyway, but the point is that it's just funny how you get so like, oh, it's gonna be this is nothing. Okay, and like
right,
5 minutes, like 20 minutes, and you're like, all right, it's cool, I got it, it's all good, man. It's fine.
Oh yeah, well that's how it always is, man. You always think the worst. It seems like you always plan for the worst possible shit to happen, and then it turns out really good, and you're like, that wasn't bad at all.
Oh, dude, I got a story for you, man.
All right,
kick it. Remember I was telling you that I was going to do that improv for the old folks home, and try to get them involved, dude?
Oh, yeah. Whoa.
Oh, man, that was one of the most awkward fucking shows I've ever done, man, ever. It was still there's some laughter there and stuff, but I was trying to get... Basically, the crowd was almost dead.
Oh, it's those people. They're probably on a fuckload of medication.
I don't know, man, but basically I'm like, all right, so anybody want to play?
Nothing. Huh?
Nothing. And then I'm like, all right, so let's do a game. It's called, we did a game. We did 3 blanks, right?
Okay.
So we did 3 blanks, and I was like, all right, so if you have any, you can do it too. Does anybody have anything?
Oh.
All right, so let's get a suggestion of a title of a movie that's never existed.
Oh, God.
All right, so let's get an animal, any animal.
Damn.
Okay, so there were some people that answered, but it was really like, oh, shit, and it was hot, too. So, like, it was in like an atrium area, and the sun had gone down, but it was still, like, hot. So I'm all fucking sweating like a fucking pig, dude, and I'm like, oh, God. But here's the thing that's interesting, and it's another thing about, like, judging yourself. I mean, the other people that played, it was fun. We had some fun. We did get some laughs. And afterwards, we got some positive response, which I was surprised. But I'm going back there, I guess, again. So we're going to try to incorporate improv. I just had to learn some lessons on how to get... There's an older lady in my normal improv group, and she's this old lady who she does this German accent all the time, like, if you're going to get you, she's like 80 or something. She has a caretaker that comes in there and plays as well.
Oh,
so like
shit.
her husband,
Wow.
yeah, her husband and her come in. Her husband's like in a walker, and has a fucking has a walker and can barely fucking move, and she just comes. So they all come together. She's the caretaker and both of them, and she plays, and she's fun. She's fucking kind of funny. She's fucking batshit, but still. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring her along to say, listen, see, you can do this shit,
Wow.
And I'm gonna try to incorporate it, but it was just weird, dude. It was like, oh, what the fuck? So I guess that some of them liked it, but they just it was so new to them. Like I'm like, so the show? Whose line is it anyway?
And they're just like it's Chinese. You know what though, man? I've done speaking events at some of those facilities.
Yeah.
And some of those people are so medicated.
Yeah.
That they're out of it, dude. Like they don't respond. Like I'll say, oh, does anybody have any questions? And they're just kind of like.
Yeah, nothing, and it's like, oh, none, And
so
you know better than I do. So now we're in the position. So you've done all this.
Fuck,
shit.
Dude, you
what's fucked up? When you probably first started, you probably were like, oh, because it would just be like quiet, like no response, and you're like,
Well, yeah, I'm making reference to this one that soon after I started, actually, I went to the facility, and they were just like. These people were zombies, dude. They kind of rolled them all in their wheelchair. And you know what's fucked up is the activities director, especially with what I'm doing, they should really stay around and hear what the program's about so they can suggest it for other people as a possible resource. Mm-hmm. Instead, they just bone the fuck out of there. Like, all right, well, do your little talkie poo and we'll see you later. I'm going to go out and smoke a cigarette or fucking... go call my boyfriend or some bullshit, and they just kind of dump you in there with the fucking seniors, and you're like, okay, guys.
Yeah, this place is really cool. In fact, it's. I told you that I applied for a job there. It's the same place I had applied for a job.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. You did say something like that.
So I did, and I obviously didn't get it. It was a weird. I think the desperation from trying to get out of Sykes totally was like there, like, oh, hey, could you just get me out of there, please? Get me fucking out of there, God, please, just get me out of here. So
shit.
So, so I went there, and the activities there. So she's really we're gonna try to work it slowly and try to find ways and ideas to get them involved, to try to get them more. Because it's not like these people were totally. They voluntarily came. Like they were walking up and they walked up and sat down. There were about 15 people there. And they all walked up and sat down.
Not like nobody laughed or nobody.
No, people laughed. There was some laughter. People were laughing at some points. So there were some points that got a lot of laughter. Like with the jokes, they just couldn't participate. So after a couple of games, I just stopped asking if they were going to play. I'm like, fuck it. We're just going to perform for them for another 15, 20 minutes, and then fuck it. So I was like, God. And then the other people that played this, that was fun, And then the lady was like, oh, that was interesting. I know a lot of people were going to comment and come talk to me about it. And she got enough positive comments and enough positive reaction, and people were saying they would bring other people this time. That I guess it's gonna happen again, and hopefully we can encourage. Because once the bubble bursts, and people start getting up there, it's just the way that improv works. Like one person gets up, then another person says, "All right, I'll try it," or
But see, I know it's hard enough to get these people to do anything as it is, and then two, dude, these activities directors. I think, dude, after a period of time. They're there and they just give up. They're like, fuck it, and they stop giving a shit. And it's kind of like there was one facility. Actually, this happened to us a few weeks ago, and there was supposed to be a Parkinson's support group at this place, and I set it up through the old activity director. And that's the other thing too. There's major turnover with those positions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think so at this place. There's not a lot of turnover. They this place is really good. So, but I can see where you're going from. Yeah.
This is that's where you're at too. See, like we're here in Vegas, man. Motherfuckers don't stick. Like I'll go to these networking events and I'll see they're working for a new facility. I'm like, weren't you just with so and so? Yeah, I don't work there anymore. And that was like a month ago. Mm-hmm. And you're going, oh goddamn. So anyway, this we get there. It was. And I had set this up because I was like, well, I should probably, come and speak because Parkinson's would qualify somebody to use our program. Mm-hmm. So anyway, they were like, yeah, we're going to have the Friends of Parkinson's, which is another Parkinson's support group, come in too. So, and I know her as well. Kraken hates her because she's a very kind of like just bitchy. This lady, the lady from Friends. So anyway, we get there, and but although I think she was great in this case, because we get there and the activities director's like, okay, let me take you guys to the room where you're gonna have your meeting, and she walks us into this little ass kitchen. It's probably about the size of my computer room, and she's like, okay, this is where you have your meeting, and then that's when the woman from Friends of Parkinson's was like, wait a minute. First of all, we're not going to have enough room in here. Do you have people in wheelchairs? She's like, yeah. She's like, well, then how are they going to get in here? And she sat her down and was schooling her on Parkinson's. She was like, do you even know what Parkinson's does? And but you really have to fucking take these people by the fucking brain and be like, look, motherfucker, this is how it works. This is what it does. And otherwise, just get them to get involved. Otherwise, they don't give a shit, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. So did you get another room?
Eventually, once we put her out, she's like, you're right. I didn't think about that.
How do you
like
not
this.
think about that in a fucking old folks home?
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. This lady she was not equipped for the job.
Wow.
And so we basically had a big meeting instead of a support group thing, just talking to her, and because she didn't know what our program was either, so I had to explain that and how it works. She's like, oh, that sounds interesting. What is that? And I said, well, it's and I gave my spiel, and then lady from Friends of Parkinson's gave hers, and even pulled up a YouTube video with a guy with Parkinson's and some of the breakthroughs that they got going on and shit. So she's like, okay, I'm really sorry, because it's a new activities director now. It's not the same one we set it up with originally. Mm-hmm. So, I love it, man. The new one makes a thing and then fucking plans to bolt out the door before we even have the meeting, and now we got a new activities director who doesn't know which end is up,
Pretty much, man. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, so
it's crazy shit, man.
Pretty fucked up, man.
But yeah, man, I don't have much else, man. Life is, like I said, life is pretty good. Nothing really to bitch about. I'm going to, I am going to that wedding. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm going to that wedding.
I was just going to say, I was going to talk about family thing real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
About my brother.
Oh, okay.
Okay, our dog. Well, here's the deal, dude. You know how he's big? His thing has always been quantity instead of quality. With family, it's always got to spend more time with family. The more time you spend, the better it's going to be, and all this shit. So he texted me last week and said, hey, I'm going to have dinner with Dad on Sunday night. Do you want to have dinner and then or do you want to go shooting with me during the day and then go have dinner? And I said, well, actually, I'm going to have lunch with Mom, which was true. I was going to have lunch with my mom last week. Mm-hmm. And he's like, well, how about this? I meet you guys for lunch, and then we all can go shooting, and then we go have dinner with Dad. Well, that sounds great on the surface, but my dad doesn't like to eat until 7:30. So we're like, I'm going, okay, well, so we're going to eat, we're going to go shooting, but then what the fuck are we going to do for 5 hours? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And he's like, well, we can hang out at the pool at Mom's. And I'm like, dude, there's only so much hanging out at the pool you can do, but that's how he's always been, dude. He's always been on that shit. Let's hang out for 5 hours. And it's annoying, dude. It's like, God damn.
Well, it's also, probably more the fact that you're getting more introverted as well. Sometimes you just need to you want your time to just chill. You just want your fucking chill time on the weekend. Like tomorrow, I'm like, yeah, I don't have shit to do, no fucking show, nothing. Tomorrow's my fucking day. I'm not doing a goddamn thing,
Well, I don't even think it's... The thing is, like I said, if the things were close together, if my dad wanted to eat at 6, that would have been okay. We would have had 2 or 3 hours of just, But I'm not into all that. And for him, he just feels this need to, the other thing I don't like, because, dude, I've kind of found that I'm just not the family guy, dude. Mm-hmm. I don't get into doing family shit much, man. Mm-hmm. Like holidays, I'll go over for a couple hours, then I leave. And, of course, he always gives me shit for that, too. Well, you're leaving already? What's the deal with that, dude? And I'm like, what else is going on? We've opened presents, we've eaten, what else are we going to do? Sit and you look at each other? Well, we could talk. Like, come on, dude. And,
come on, dude. I don't want to talk to you.
Well, it's not about him. I don't mind talking to him, and we have great conversations. But the thing is, dude, it's only so much you can talk about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Only so much hanging out you can do. Mm-hmm. So, You know, that's and then of course, you know, at one point he said something about, you know, he was asking me, well, because my dad was talking about going on some kind of trip or something. He's like, hey, why don't you join us for it? And dude, I don't really like, because I'm not really a beach guy anyway. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I really just don't like doing a lot of family shit. If it's just having dinner or doing some stuff, you know, for a couple hours, I'm cool. But to like go and spend a couple days with each other, it's like, nah, man.
And it's not like you you don't hang out. I mean, you every weekend usually most of the time you go out with your parents, one of your parents.
Right. I see my parent. Yeah, exactly. I don't see my dad as often as I see my mom, but you know, I mean, I still get in quality time with them. Every time I go out, I'd rather go and enjoy all the time with them than be there and be like not wanting to be there.
Yep.
You know, where you just like, oh, I gotta go, man. I can't wait to get the fuck out of here. So, but my brother doesn't get that, dude. He loves the family life, man. He's like, well, and that's the thing, dude. His girlfriend is moving here now. That's a whole nother fucking thing, dude. She's in California. I told you she has 4 kids.
Yeah, she's moving here to live with him.
Well, we think so. We think that because he's still got a condo and he's still got a lease, and so we're thinking that either he's going to break his lease or when his lease is up, he's going to move in there and be the daddy, the provider, you know, or something. And then here was the thing too. At first, she was looking for jobs when, you know, because she works at a car lot right now. That's what she does, you know. And she doesn't, you know, and education isn't anything. That's, you know, that's bullshit. But she just has a high school education. But my mom said, well, if you want, I'll talk to. I know some car salespeople. If you want, I can talk to them and see if we can, you know, get you in. So she introduced her to some person that worked at one of these car lots, and the dude, you know, was gonna show her around and, you know, whatever. He's like, yeah, send me your resume. And I guess the guy said she never sent the resume. Well, now, dude, she's gonna move out here, and
no job.
We were like, well, what's she gonna do? Yeah, well, she's gonna collect disability. That's what she's gonna do.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What if she just say she can choosing to collect disability? Like, I'm just gonna collect disability. Well, like I can work, but
well, she's got a knee issue, I guess.
Oh,
she's been having,
fuck me.
Yeah, exactly.
Get a sit-down job. Be a fucking secretary in that car place and sit down the whole fucking day. Give me a fucking break.
Well, you could do something clerical, like you said.
That's what I'm saying. Sit down. Fucking put your knee up. Find a way to get a fuck. That's so shit. No, what's really gonna happen is he's gonna support this chick and her kids, dude. How old are? What's their oldest kid?
The oldest kid's like 17 or 18.
Fuck. Fucking Christ.
That's what I said.
Good job, dude. Good job.
Yeah, and see that's
my
the
God,
thing of
dude. Fucking,
not wanting to be alone.
Right. I'm gonna give another little thing too, because there's this like I'm online a lot, right? And there's 2 things that I'm gonna mention here. This is kind of like makes me go, fuck this shit, fuck all of it. Is that I'm online and there's this guy who's on there. He's like in his mid-20s. And he's got a daughter, and his daughter's in the background because, you know, we're talking now. You know, you can hear things in the background. You know, whatever.
Right, air conditioner clicks on or something.
Kids, you know, in the background, blah 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 blah. You know, and her kids walk around, and his wife is like, "Are you gonna play that game all the time? Oh yeah, no punani for you tonight." And it's just like a annoying way, and it's like, "Are you gonna play that?" She wants to hang out with your daughter, and of course he's a Neanderthal, like, "Oh, daughter, yeah." So he's not like not. He's guilty in a way, but it's just the whole thing is just like, oh, fuck that, man. All right? Okay. You know, he's a cool dude, man, and don't get me wrong. You know, he's a cool dude, but it's just, he's not really a Neanderthal. It's wrong. He gets focused on the game. You know, it's like, like a dude.
So you know the guy. He plays the game with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm in the same group with him. Like, we chat, and we're all bullshitting in the same, like, chat room. Like talking, you know, talking over like this, you know. So I hear the background shit going on. I hear his whole stuff going on. So it's just like, oh, it just makes me go, God, somebody nagging you all the time. And it brings up the other thing too, because the people that I'm marrying, they're obviously I'm great people too. But now that she's starting to get all ideas about like maybe like planning it out more and making it this, and then she's like asking me trying to give me suggestions of what I'm supposed to say, and I'm like, oh man, So that's been nipped in the bud though. So I've got control over what I'm saying. But it's just this whole like idea of like I'm just not into it. I don't give a fuck, man. I am not getting into that, dude. That's not to get my dick wet for that whole kind of shit. No, it just ain't happening, man. But it's the same thing.
It's got to be the right person.
And
man.
now you're gonna fucking support someone and all their shit, because she's not gonna make. That's not enough to support 4 fucking kids.
Well, she gets. Oh, by the way, she gets child support from the ex-husband.
Wow.
To the tune of $4,000.
So she gets. Oh wait. So she gets to. Wow. That's fuck. Wow.
Yeah, I know. That's my mom and I are just like, this isn't good.
So she he's our age, man. It's not like he's 20 or something. So she's no fucking better. But no, you don't know better, because goddamn it, I'm a. So he's gonna be supporting her, and that poor schmuck is gonna be sending money. She's getting money from the government, and she's probably gonna be living with some dude who's supporting her too. Yet she still gets that money while living with someone else who is supporting her. It's fucking awful, dude. Fucking awful.
This is how the subtlety sandwich kicks in, dude. Because my brother's rationale is, she's never flipped out on me once, man. We never argue, and I'm just like, man, dude, I wouldn't use that as a.
You never argue? Okay, so you're gonna let her move here with her 4 kids? Oh my God, thank God we don't argue. Does he love the kids and hang out and do funky shit with the kids all the time?
I mean, he does. He does like he likes being there. My mom thinks it's because he likes to be in control. We know how he is, man. He likes to feel like he's the top dog in control.
I'm a dad. I'm the man in the house. Yeah. Except you're not pulling on as much as $4,000. I guarantee you, she's not going to put that much toward it.
Yeah, exactly.
$4,000 a month. You're gonna meet that expectation, Big Daddy? Huh?
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna spit the 4,000 her way, make it 8,000.
What are you gonna do? Oh yeah, that's what's gonna happen, dude. It's because all this money's gonna be going to his. Because what's she gonna do? Oh, I have to support my kids. Okay, well, I can't work. I have a knee issue. My knee hurts. 1/10 of my fucking body has an issue, and I can't do a goddamn thing anymore.
Yeah, see, that's funny.
I can still stroke you off, suck your cock, get fucked by you all the time, but I can't work. Sorry.
Exactly. And then, well, see, the thing is, she had the knee surgery, and then she came out here. This is when it was in the planning stages. And my mom said, well, I'll introduce you to some people in the car business. I know one particular person. And she introduced her to this guy. And the guy said, oh, send your resume over. Well, she never sent a resume over. And now, all of a sudden, this is the latest development. Because my mom was like, well, what do you, what's her plan here since she's moving here? And that's when my brother said, she's going to get disability. She's just, your knee's bothering her too much. And I was just like, I want to puke, dude, there at the fucking table.
I bet you could feel it from your mom, like,
Oh, yeah. No, my mom and I have had lengthy conversations, and you can't say anything to him.
No, it's none of your business, quite honestly. It's like him saying shit to you, like, you need to just fucking do it. It's the same exact thing. It's his fucking life. You might make a comment and go, hey, you sure about this, dude? And he'll go, say whatever he does, but it's none of your fucking business, really.
Right, exactly. It's just one of those
fucking
things
life. You just gotta go, oh, okay, all right, you do that.
Yep.
Okay.
You gotta watch it happen, man. That's it. Just watch the train blow up.
Just get ready for some kid-infested Christmases, my friend.
Well, see, that's the other thing. Yeah, like at Christmas, is he gonna bring all 4 kids over, or is it gonna be... because see, that's the thing. Because he's made comments
Max,
like, "Oh,
Max,
yeah,
is he going to? Max, who is this?
Yeah.
He's gonna bring his family over to present them. I just don't want to
think about it, man.
Bring his family over to present them, and then so you could be the daddy, and
fuck that,
it's gonna be a goddamn parade across town, probably over to daddies and mommies and whatever, and.
None of these little fuckers are getting gifts from me. I'll tell you.
Maybe you should get them a gift, because you are uncle now, Uncle Max.
Yeah, fuck that.
Uncle Max, dude.
In a can,
Uncle Maxwell, Uncle Silverhammer.
I've already been an uncle 3 times over, or something like that, by other people too.
Well, now you got 4 more, dude. So good for you, dude.
Yeah, it's great, man. I somehow become every nigga's uncle.
Oh man, Silverhammer. Yeah.
So.
Oh well, that seems like a great way to end this shit tonight, man. I'm sorry, I don't know how we can top that.
Man. That's about it. That
just makes me. Yeah.
It'll make you sick. You won't need to drink anything. You're already sick.
Oh man. Well, anyway, we will be back again. We're gonna continue that interview that got interrupted, but
that will be up there at some point.
And it spawned this though. It spawned this.
It did.
Our latest
it did.
episode of
Everybody
this.
Be happy.
Anyways, this is the Nothing Sacred show for the 10th of June 2017. I am Cruise Control.
And I'm Maxwell Silverhammer.
And that's the story there, bitches!
Heil Hitler.
Hitler. Nigger.